Welcome back, everyone, to the Highly Sensitive Healer YouTube channel. My hope for this channel is that we grow together and heal one another as we look onward to happier and healthier lives. With that being said, please subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos. Please share with others and like, of course. Today's video, I'm going to get a little bit deeper and a little further into the scapegoat family dynamic and everything when it comes to narcissists and toxic family dynamics. And I'd done a video about this before. I didn't go into too much detail, but I have been recently reminded of the importance of gaining this knowledge and keeping up with it and me being able to share it with you not only gets it to stick into my mind so that I don't forget, but it also helps me heal going forward, and hopefully it does for you as well by gaining this knowledge or looking this all up for yourselves, which I would highly recommend doing regardless of what anyone says on YouTube or what a book says. Just get different, sources and different opinions and that's important. And then you can kind of make get a conclusion of what this whole scapegoat thing is all about for yourself. But hopefully I can do it some justice for you. And I don't really want to explain what a scapegoat is. I think I've already gone into that in the last video. This is more going to be geared towards specifics about it, in the sense of how it's emotional abuse, and I'm going to really kind of hone in on how it really pertains to me and my situation right now, currently, and in the past. Emotional abuse is pretty much the majority of the trauma that and mental that I had suffered and that I'm healing from. And a lot of that emotional abuse, I've come to realize, is centered around being that scapegoat in the family. Now, like I said, I've gone no contact with this individual, and with that side of my family, I'm really not in. There's really no communication. That's not an option for everybody. And, it was a hard option for me. It was a very, very tough decision. And, I'll just say that much. But, the damage has been done. And I'm healing from all of that. I've come to learn and to realize that, depression, PTSD symptoms, anxiety, difficulty with emotional and behavioral regulation. That explains a lot about the anger stuff and why sometimes I behave the way that I do when I am that angry. Now, that's something I'm actively working on right now, and I'll get there, but it explains a lot more on why I am the way I am now, and why I'm going to be working so hard in order to heal all of that. Also, a poor sense of self-worth. I mean, feeling of not belonging anywhere. I have, and I've had it for a long time. Don't feel empowered to pursue goals in life. Self-blame, self-doubt, low self-esteem. Although I've worked on a lot of this stuff, this low self-esteem I've really worked on, because I didn't really have a self-esteem to start off a couple of years back. And there was one more big thing here that low self-confidence as well. Sorry, I have a lot of sloppy writing. I'm struggling reading my own writing here. I try to do it without, you know, looking at the paper, but I have to. It goes well into adulthood, and it has for me. That's a fact. That's for sure. And so this is another huge thing. So, I didn't even think of this beforehand. There's a high likelihood of, if you were scapegoated, that you'll basically get into scapegoated relationships, like at work, in your work aspect of life, in your intimate relationships, and in your friendships. That's exactly what's happening right now with me. It's been happening. And it's like, wow. So, you know, that's all things I'm working through. The friendships thing, I think I got that down. The intimate relationships, I can't even think about that. I haven't, that's not even like a concern or anything. I'm not even focused on that whatsoever. But the work thing is a huge issue, and I've shared quite a bit at length about that. You know, where I unfortunately I realized that I've been scapegoated at my past full-time jobs. I was the scapegoat. That really sucks to think about. That really sucks to really like take it all in and just really understand, like, not only was I a doormat, but I was the scapegoat, especially like in the one particular job that I was in. Definitely. Everything was blamed on me, no matter what. Sometimes it was my fault, but most of the time it wasn't. I had nothing to do with it. Nor did I even know what was going on. It was the same way in my family life growing up. It's been the same way into adulthood. There's a lot of the times where I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Nor do I know what's being said about me behind my back. God knows. But I can't worry about all that. You know, it's neither here nor there, and most of it's not even true anyway. So that's the thing about scapegoating, is like, you're just never going to win, guys. You're never going to win. So my best bet was go no contact. Flight. Healthy flight. Now the job situation, I got to figure all that out. And there's another huge thing I want to mention. So, and I thought about this. So don't fall into victimhood. So I have to be really careful with that, because although I am a victim, I was a scapegoat, and I am a scapegoat, and have been in multiple aspects of my life. The reality is, I'm strong enough. I can handle healing. I can get myself out of this, just like all of you can. Don't get stuck in victimhood. I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. You're not helping yourself. You know, coming to terms with that, okay. You kind of have to. Acknowledging it, and then pressing on. Because that kind of stuff will keep you stuck. You know, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I hope you guys realize that. I'm not saying, you know, don't get stuck in victimhood. I'm not saying it in a mean way. I'm saying it in a compassionate and caring way, in that I want you guys to be able to heal and move on, because you all deserve that. You deserve, you know, a happier and healthier life for yourself, and not be stuck in that same victim mentality that has been labeled upon you and put upon you by family members or by people at work. That's not fair. That's not how it's supposed to go. You know, if you can, I would say, you know, most people, they go no contact, but not everyone can do that. You know, that's the crappy part, is, you know, your family members, a lot of people, they don't, and people from work, you can't get away from them. I just happened to be in a situation where you know, the uniqueness of my situation, I was able to do what I was able to do. And now I'm not saying it was easy, because it was really, really hard, and it still is to maintain all that. But I'm a lot more better off now than I was before, because I was being heavily scapegoated. And I still am to this day, I'm sure, even though I'm not even there, which that's a whole nother video, whole nother concept. But I'm no longer the victim because I won't allow it anymore. I'm a survivor. I'm a thriver. I'm a human being. I matter just as much as anyone else does. Just as much as my other family members do. Just as much as those people at work did. I matter, just like you guys matter. I'm gonna leave you with what I always leave you guys with, and that is, of course, to be kind to others. But most of all, be kind to yourselves. It's known as self-compassion. Take care, everybody.